Hey up guys, how's it going? SHAREfactory here, and today we're in Fallout 76. I haven't been back into Fallout 76 for a while now, but after playing with Crick, Smoke and a few others over on 76 a couple of weekends ago, I actually came into 76 the next night and decided to have a little play around building in here. So this is what I came up with. It's going to be a new little build series. Obviously in Fallout 76 the actual build size bar and the actual limitations of it are obviously quite restricting at the moment, but this is just one of the little like, it's going to be like a open fronted shop on the front and then living upstairs. Put some stairs at the back, so the area that's going to just have a canopy over it, I'm using the wooden floors, and then the actual brick built structure at the back is going to have the support of a proper block foundation. So all I've done here is 3 concrete foundations to the back, then 1 wooden foundation and 2 concrete foundations. That'll create the inside and then the outside front area, and then we're going to put 3 wooden foundations on the back, and that's for a little balcony area, well, a little porch area I might say. Not sure what you call it, but balcony. I'd probably go balcony area on the back there. Make sure all the floors are facing the right way. Having a little think about what we're doing here. I think I'm just scrapping them off. A lot of stuff is going to need scrapping to make some space. Obviously I've just moved my camp from the last build that I put up off this player, which was actually over at the was the last build I put up to do with 76, and it was at the golf course. So this is on that character. I do have 3 characters. I do plan on doing a little bit more building on this in this game. I haven't done it for a while. I was trying to put some steps up on the front there. I'm a little bit rusty on how I build within Fallout 76 because I haven't done it in so long. I was playing 76 and then I moved back over to Fallout 4, so there's a lot more scope and you can get a lot more creative in Fallout 4, so I'd moved back over there, and I've kind of neglected the Fallout 76 builds recently. So I do plan on hopefully doing a couple more, and I'll do them within this series. So what it'll be is the first episode here is 38 minutes, well 39 nearly, and that'll be building the actual structure, a couple of little decorations about. Then we've got the next episode. I think it's about 48 or just over 50 minutes long, around about 50 minutes long, and that's the in fact actually it's 53 minutes and so many seconds because I couldn't fit the tour on the end, and the tour was 7 minutes and something. I couldn't fit it on the end, so I've had to do a separate video for it. I can only record up to 60 minutes at a time, and my editor will only edit up to 60 minutes at a time as well. So I'm building a little wall around this structure here, trying to obviously separate the 2 areas. I'm trying to choose what I'm thinking. What window shall I put on there? Smaller one, the bigger one. Quite like this, but I quite like them both, to be honest. So quickly drop some walls in. Make sure they're facing the right way. Want the bricks on the outside. I do originally make this into a little toilet area, but I'm not a big fan of having toilets that would require plumbing in settlements, or either in Fallout 76 or in Fallout 4, because I just don't believe you have the capability of doing any plumbing for it, and you definitely don't want to be just shitting and having it drop straight into the water, because it's more of a lake sort of area. This is not really much off flow, so you wouldn't be getting fresh clean water. You'd just be constantly filling up that water, and there will be water purifiers in obviously the water, so the last thing you want to do is contaminating yourself. Let's put some wooden floors up on the top now, so that makes us a little living area upstairs, and that's where, so we'll have more workbenches downstairs, and then upstairs we'll have the living quarters up here as well. Brick wall across this back side. Window in there, let a bit of light in. Trying to remember how I what I did next as I go through. So I'll talk as I do it. The top side we're going to do in the wood, I believe, and we do the wood up here. I quite like the contrast between the two. Also, I quite like the thought that they've built so much in brick that it can be protected, you know, but then obviously upstairs and out the front where it's a bit more rickety and it's stuff they've just thrown onto the front. You can't really make a scrappy build within 76. Everything's quite perfect. You can't group select and drop things in. You can't do any of that sort of fun shenanigans, so it's a little bit awkward sometimes. I'm thinking about making this into a little attic area, but really what I want to do is I want to extend out and over, because I don't want you to be able to see into the eaves of the roof. Like, I don't want to have a vaulted ceiling. I want to have it so that the the power station, sorry about that guys, straight down the mic, normally I have to try and cover the mic up when I cough. The I want it so like my generator's hidden away. I've got the what's it called, fusion generator. I've got that, so I want to put that up into the roof above the shop and have that hidden away. It's a technique I used on a different build that I didn't save because it was before I was even thinking about doing any YouTube video, so I didn't record it and I moved on. It's a shame, it is. I would have had probably about 4 or 5 more builds done if I just recorded them all from the beginning, but hey ho, that's how it goes, I suppose. So we will change that wall there that I just put in on the left hand side of the screen now. We will change that for a shorter one, and it's because I'm going to put a fireplace over there, and I like to have the end of the chimney going actually out the roof rather than having it polluting the inside of the room. I believe we'd have made a longer chimney to allow it to go outside if I was building it myself. Wouldn't have all the smoke coming onto the inside. So we'll block that off there with a dot. And then we've got to roof this area up here, but I think we leave the roof up here. I try messing around with putting this on and then putting a square piece on the top, and I think I start getting a bit wound up by it, so I walk away. I'll come back to it later, but I can't remember. I never can remember. I always leave them too long between actually recording the footage and then trying to talk over the top of them, so it's not fresh in my brain. I mean, I should really try and do it a bit easier, but I tend to build every night and make my videos, and then when I get time on the weekend I'll record a couple. Like yesterday I recorded both the last Let's Build video at the castle and also the tour video of the castle, and I recorded them both yesterday, and a few tours of old playthroughs, PT2 and PT3. But I did them recordings. I do like say all my recordings that I can on a weekend, the voice parts of them anyway. I might be wrong, this might actually go together really well. I know I need to start messing around with the front though. Fill that space in there, and that's the upstairs done. I seem to remember that I went away from this and came back again. I don't know why I remember that so vividly when that obviously isn't the case. Maybe it's when I adjust that wall. Maybe it's when I adjust that wall, that is when I ended up leaving the ceiling out a little bit. Can't remember. So that's it. We've got the little structure there. We've got the wooden top where we're going to live up at the top, and then we've got the brick walls around the what's going to be the workshop at the bottom. Now we need to start building out here. Now what I do, I seem to remember them snapping, but they don't snap. They have to snap up high off the stairs. It's just getting back into the mechanics and that. I know that I'm going to have to put on the yeah, it's going to just snap straight square. I know that I want to put stuff supporting the roof that's going to be up above. And a technique to do that is to do floors and then move one of them half floors half over, but we'll see anyway. I'll explain why I'm doing it. I'm sure you'll have seen other people doing it. I'm sure it was Final Render that I first saw doing it, and yeah, So I've adopted that technique and I use it quite a lot now. It's quite nice to be able to put the support beams, the metal support beams, up and actually support the actual roof and everything like that. So here what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put this floor up so high, not only to support the beams, well, sorry, not the beams, the pillars, but also to hide the inside of the roof. I want it to look like there's an actual ceiling, a wooden ceiling up across the top here. So this works out quite well. You can put the wooden floors all down like this. Once I've got them down, I think I go for the fences first, and I try and put the defense. Do I? No, that's the way I should have done it. I put the. You've got to put the wooden fences, like the defense fences. You've got to put them down first, and the metal pillar will snap through them. But I forget that, and I try putting the pillars in first, thinking that the pillars should really be the thing that then the fence snaps in between them. But it's not how it works, obviously. So I've got my two corners there. You'll see how I set them up so they're just hanging over. They're not fully centered. They're not centered with the wood. They're over the top, and that allows me to place the pillar in the center of. I'm not really the best person to explain it because I just say every 30 seconds. Well, alright. So there we go. We built our canopy. We can get rid of that. Don't want to scrap it, you want to store that bit. Well, I'm hoping I stored them there. We'll see. I think I did. If not, I'll build some more. It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all gravy, baby. So we head in here, and now I'm thinking to myself, hold on a minute, I'm going to have a door in here. So let's get rid of that. Let's turn that into a door, and then that into a window. Yep, and then turn that into a door. Perfect. Excellent. So now we've got a way to get through onto that balcony. It's pointless having a little balcony out the back if we can't get to it at the end of the day. Not really sure what I'm doing with this piece, what I'm thinking of doing with that piece, so I'm umming and ahhing about putting some steps on the front. I would rather have the steps going up, and I was going to do that. How you would do that is put a foundation floor at the top and snap down from it. And I was going to do that. I did do that on an older build. I think it was one of my silent tours. I actually did that when I very first started. I had a couple of builds in Fallout 76 recorded, but I didn't have the ability to record over the top of them, so I had to put them out at silent. I didn't know how to do it. Since then, obviously, I've learned how to do it. So now we get the voice tours. So you end up with this little platform on the top, obviously, where you've put all your floors. Now, what we'll do here is we try and that won't snap to the end of the wall, but that little piece that I just had there, it's going to go there. We're going to build a little high-rise little area in the centre. Now this is where our power's going to go. So we're going to have the we're trying to turn that around the right way. Yep. And again. Yep. Alright. Then what we're going to do is we will put we'll put them roofs on the top of here, ones that have the space in to go between the two, but are blocked off at the end. That's what we're looking for. Them ones there. So we'll drop that in. Oh, so if I don't fall off. Yep. And then we need to get it on the back end. Luckily I've got the mutation of is it marsupial? Where you can do the jumping. So we take that off because that's stopping this going in. And we put that in there. Yeah. Now we can't walk through things on Fallout 76, which is always something I forget. You can't just pick up a wall and walk through it like you can in Fallout 4. We're going to need a little power conduit. Just having a little look what we got. There's our generator, so that'll fit nicely in here. So it's out the way, hidden. and the little creatures can get to it, and they can't get attacked by mole rats or whatever, which is this is what they like to go to. But it's nice and rains, and they'd have to come up through the house and then break that wall to actually get up here. That's the only way that would be possible for them to get up here. So it gives you a bit of time to react, because I find they only tend to spawn in when there's someone here, rather someone coming to visit your camp or yourself. So, and most people in Fallout 76 are quite friendly, and they're happy to help you out. If you're having a bit of a problem with people attacking your camp, you don't tend to get so many people doing griefing. And now that you can't really destroy someone else's camp, that's been beat down even more, I suppose. So we'll block off the front there. Now we are going to get the power out of there, because we have to bring it out for the water, but that'll be afterwards. So we've got that now on the top. It looks like a little square house. We've got the box at the back adding a little bit of a different shape on the actual top. Also the contrast with the brick and the wood, I think that, again, I like that quite. I think that looks quite nice, the two different materials there. We need to add we need to add a little triangular piece to put on the wood, but now I'm just starting to think, oh, what can I put in other places? I'm also thinking, what can I delete, because my budget obviously was absolutely full from the one that I built over at the White Springs Resort, which was the last one that I recorded over. And actually we got the good people over at CC76, Construction Corp 76, they did one of the random camps of the wasteland, and I was in them. I was actually in number 10, which had one of the tree houses that I did, and I was also in their newest one as well. And they came and they did a little bit of an interview with me, and talked about what we were doing on the channel and stuff. If you haven't though already, go over, give them a shit. Wasteland Warmongers, is it what it is? SAW, SAW. Go over and check it out. It's got Evil Bill over there. They're a great group of people. If you're on the PlayStation and you're playing 76, get yourself on CC76. The community there is absolutely brilliant. Everyone's helping each other out, helping each other with plans. They talk about building and that, but they're also going in and playing the game, and they're doing everything as well. And it's a great community over there. Definitely something you should be involved with if you're on the PlayStation. You're playing 76. It's just another great community to be involved with, and I would definitely recommend it highly. So yeah, they've done a couple of tours of my things now, and that was nice of them. We're really good people, like I say. So here we're going to add, we need to put a little, I'm kind of confusing myself because I'm jumping backwards and forwards. I'm going down the stored list. So I'm going and I'm finding the different things as I'm going down. I'm like, alright, I'll shot this in. And that's kind of how I work in 76, whereas in Fallout 4 I'll do all the building and then I'll do all the decoration afterwards. Or I'll do another building style where I actually build a building, decorate that building, but still I don't tend to jump through the menu because of this stored list. I tend to just go down it and see what I've got stored instead of flicking through all the other menus. The only thing is, when I flick past something, I'm still in that mindset of, right, I'm here now. I don't want to flick through all the menus like, say, in Fallout 4. And you'll see I'm struggling here to get this in, and that's because of that pillar. That pillar needs to be out. I need to put the wooden fences on, and then once I put the wooden fences on, then I need to reattach the pillars. And the pillars will drop through them fences. But it just takes me a second to remember that that's the case. I even tried putting one of these on that snap round, but it just won't happen. That pillar, the fence doesn't play nice with the pillar, but the pillar will play fine with the fence. It's all about build order, really. All about build order. So we'll take that out of here. It obviously isn't going to sit anywhere in there. There's a roof above it, and there's nowhere that it can snap to. I've got to move them over to the other side, and I'm still going to have a problem with that other pillar there on the far side, I believe. So we get that, we move that out, snap that on there, perfect. I just need to give up on this and put two So I'm trying to move everything to try and get this to fit in. There we go. That's in. Put our other piece of fence back. Wherever it is. Yep, put that on there, ready for the pillars to come back. I'm not going to put the pillars back straight away, am I? Yep. A wiser man would have tried to just put the fence in first, but not me. Trying again to put this piece in there. It needs swapping over though. It's the wrong piece. There we go. That one. There we go. That fits in there nicely. Perfect. Now I need to move my floors over. My little half floors. Get them moved over. The wooden floors snap really nicely through the top of them water purifiers. If that's anything that you're interested in. I once did a build, again I didn't record it, but they did a build where I'd put the water purifiers in the water, put foundations around them, and then I'd boarded over the top, and I just left the top of the water purifier sticking up, and it was just a way of me accessing the water, but the water purifier was fully protected. There'll be easier and better ways to execute it. Maybe if you have a bit deeper water, you can drop the actual water purifier in a little bit further. I, on my build, had them too high, so the actual canopy thing that's out, like the little fabric tent thing that's on the side of it, that was also sticking through the floor, and that didn't really work out very well, and that's why I never recorded it. I just deleted it. So I know how I want a roof up on here as well. So to do that I need flat roofs, but I'm trying to put this on here and I can't get it to snap. Now there is a way I could have done that by putting a floor coming out and then putting the piece on, but the door windows when they opened would have looked a bit daft because they'd have had to glitch through, so I'd have had to change them upstairs windows and not have any windows upstairs, and that's kind of the problem with them with the windows. The windows don't allow a pitched roof to sit underneath them. They're too low, which is a shame. So I changed the inside piece, use the inside piece, put a roof on it for the floor, snap outside, and then change the inside piece back to a floor again, and then the roof piece will stay outside, and that's how I got that to work. Trying to remove a few things now because this build menu's getting a little bit full, and we're getting close to the end of the structure. The next episode will have the actual decorating of it and what I do with the inside, and then we'll do a quick tour. It's only 7 minutes and it's got a daytime and a nighttime too, but as you can see it's a very small build, and the once you start decorating you tend to lose a lot of that build budget really fast. So, like I say, I'm going through that store and I'm thinking, oh well, I want a little like shop, not so much a bar but like a counter top going across, and I quite like these for that. Now that we don't obviously have the shops like we have in Fallout 4, these are tall enough to be a little counter, so I like to use these as a little counter. I've used them a few times. Get rid of that door, won't need that. Get rid of some of them floors, I won't need them. Get rid of any steel pieces and barn pieces, I won't need them. So scrap all them off. We've got the table. We could use that as a little display table or whatever. It'd be nice if we could sit things on the table, do a bit more junk decorating. I've recently started that up in Fallout 4. My older builds, PT2, PT3. Obviously, in them I didn't junk decorate, but now I do junk decorate, and now I miss it. I miss the fact that I can't junk decorate. I know that we can put things into the display cases, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Wipe your feet before entering the house. On the back as well, might as well use them. Got them there, so I'll flick through, see what there is. Nah, we'll stick with the first one. Not quite centered. But that's alright. They never are doormats, although they're always kicked all over the place. Or mine are anyway. Just slide on the wooden floor. Tinkerer's workbench there behind the counter. It just seemed to get very lighter. It just seemed to get very light all of a sudden there. Like I'd put a light on somewhere, but I haven't. Oh, I tell you what it'll be. It'll be lightning, won't it? Sorry. I like these little gas lamps in here. Now in my Fallout 4, they don't have the they don't have a glow around them. Other people seem to, but mine they don't, which is a shame. I do like the glow on them gas lamps. Put some of these lights up, and I've actually done that twinkling. I don't really like twinkling lights. I just like them solid. That's what she said. So we get the lights up all around there, and I need to bring the power out still to come over to the there. The water purifier is what I'm talking about. Yeah, just store them and replace them. Moved obviously in the menu, so we'll come back to that. I'm going to put this along the front here to stop me falling off. It's going to be a little balcony area for my living quarters up at the top. I need to put a little little piece on there, but I'm going to use, it's too big a table that, mate. So we'll go put that on the balcony downstairs. It's too big with the door opening up in there and that as well. Obviously I'm going to need as much space as I can inside if I'm going to have a kitchen, eating area and a sleeping area all upstairs. I need to save the space. I can't have the door opening onto the inside, so I like the little rocking horses that you get. They're not rocking horses, little rocking chairs. We'll put them in there. Start thinking about lights a little bit, and here's what I was on about. All the roofs still apart upstairs, so it was just that side that I'd done. A nice bright light for working at the workbenches down here, so it works quite well. Take out the roof there. Now I need to put the floor back in. Ideal. Oh, I'm going to turn that around. Yeah, we are. I thought I wasn't going to turn that around there for some reason. Got to make sure everything's facing the right way. So this is quite simple. Just drop a little roof in here. Either way it's going to have a little gap, so I'll go back to the one I originally had. Yeah, we'll go for that one, put that in there, and then we'll fill that little gap. Now that we're on here, are we going to run outside? No, go down. There we go. Right, so now we'll go have a little jump over here, and I'll put these on the end. Bang. And then I can drop my two roofs, and that creates like a little hole in there, but that doesn't matter. Just a little bit of lost space, but that's alright. Not going to complain of that. It covers over that little triangular piece down here. Come down, come round. Just taking a little look at the space I've got. So we've got about 10 minutes left on this video now, and then we should have all the structure done. I'm not entirely sure why I paused for so long there. Must have stopped for a drink or something like that. So like I say, I'm just building these, not thinking that's anyone's watching them at the time. I just get on with building, you know, on the night time, sat in bed, relaxing, taking it easy. So we need to do what we've done on the other side, and we need to do it on this side as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that little piece again, got the other one, so it's on the other side. There we go. And then we've got to find some way of getting up there. So we'll probably use these purifiers by going round here to a higher point, jump it up. There we go. Oh, there we go, perfect. Now we can put our little roof on. If you notice, we've left the door open there, little door hatch. and a good way for glitching through walls in Fallout 76. I'm sure you all know by now, but how we do it is you leave the door there, and you can bring out a from the power you can bring out a little conduit like this. Yep. Then you can connect the wire going through the doorway like that. Yep. And now we can change the door to a wall, and that the wire will stay there. It won't have a problem. There you go, straight through. And now, especially with these wooden walls, it works out quite nicely as well, because with the wooden walls it could just be going through the gaps between the wood. I mean, I know you could drill through a you could drill your way through a brick wall, but it's a lot more work than just putting it through between two boards that you're putting together on a wall when you're making a wooden wall, I suppose. Come here, bring some power around. We've got to bring that down to the water purifier. Perfect. Sound. That's done. That's sorted. We've got some turrets up on the back, up on the roof. I didn't even see me put them there. Can't remember that. Bring that down so we can have some power coming to the back of the house. In the next episode we will change, and we will put a little bit of wiring on the other side of the building. The reason for that is that we're going to have obviously some vending machines in here. We need to get some power going down to them as well. So we've got a cooking station, but that doesn't want to be on the wood or the outside, so we'll put that down here in the mud. We also will have a cooking station upstairs, like a little yeah, one of these upstairs. I thought it was floating a little bit down there. So I'll bring the cooking station in, and it's not going to be downstairs, it's going to be upstairs. We have a little kitchen area here, and then I won't put this in, or I'll put it down. Yeah, we go to the chemistry workstation. This is the best thing that I can use for the kitchen in the Fallout 76. I do use it in Fallout 4 as well, obviously it has a sink and that. I do use it quite a lot for the kitchen area. So we'll put that in, and I like to connect, and I do it in Fallout 4 as well, I like to connect one of them, the stash boxes in this, but the cabinets in the Fallout 4, and we'll see them in the middle. The same thing I use for the countertop down at the front. I like to use them to go across to make extra counter space. I think they look quite nice, plus they're exactly the same height as the chemistry workstation, so they go quite nice together. I use them quite a lot to make, like, say for instance in medical, like in a medical or doctor's surgery or something within Fallout 4 that I'm making. I'll use this combination quite a lot. I like the way it looks. I like the way it looks, man. Then we need to go back to workstations. We need to get our cooker. We also need to add doors as well, and we're just going to go off on a tangent and start doing that now. Put cooking station down. We're actually starting to move more of the decoration phase of it now, really. I also know that I'm going to want a fire. So I think I put the fire in this episode as well, which means I drop that ceiling down over there to accommodate for that. Just having a little flick through the menus. Then I see this thing and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to put this on the front. It breaks up that straight up square there that we've got. So I like to put that halfway up the wall. I think it looks quite nice. And then I remember I even put this bulb in. And that's what I kind of do. I kind of bounce around all over the place, and I'll see different things within this within the stored menu, or it'll say that I've got one stored and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to need that later, I might as well put it in now. So I kind of bounce around all over the place. And here we go with the fire. I bring that upstairs. It's going to go in the corner above where we come up the stairs, because that's like a little railing part. There we go, put it in there. Not really much else you can use this space for, so it also fills up a little bit of space as well. And then I realised, look, the smoke's coming into the room, which is no good. Don't want to be sleeping with the smoke coming in the room. So we've got to take that wall down, reduce it for the smaller wall. And we can find it. Yep, there we go. Then we put the angled wall pull that down. There we go, and the fire just snaps straight through it. Straight through it. Now the reason it won't let me do it is because then it's leaving something unsupported, and I didn't work that out at first. I didn't know what was going on. And what it is, I think it's the piece above it. There's a little triangular piece that I've got in. I end up having to take that off. So I'm trying to suss out if I can put a different angle piece on here, or if there's somewhere else I can put something. And really I'm just making it harder than what it needs to be honest. Because it's not to do with the fact that I can't put it there, it's the fact, because it was green, it's the fact that it's stopping something being supported. Trying to do it from a different angle. I should realise it's that square piece now. That triangular piece now. There we go. Ah, come on, I just highlighted it, you've just seen it. Right, we'll try to take that out. There we go, get rid of that, perfect. Now, I'm just getting annoyed with it, so I'm just forcing my way through. Like, just delete it all and start again. Delete it all and start again. Put that wall back in. Yep, you had it, there we go. That'll drop straight in there. What, is that not going in either? Right, take that back out. Put the square one back in. It's just all build order. Within 76 it's all build order. And I used to be really good at the build order in 76 because I used to build in it all the time. But now, I haven't built in Fallout 76 for a good, I'd say, 3 months. And just got me back used to Fallout 4. Which isn't a bad thing. I am really enjoying building in Fallout 4. I've got loads of ideas still to come. And yeah, okay, so people say it's an older game, and it is, but you know what? I'd love to know another game that has the building capabilities in it. What else can you do where you can actually freely build? I mean, I know there's other games where you can build certain buildings and place them where you want, kind of in the same way as the old Command and Conquers used to be. I used to love the Command and Conquers, building my base, putting the sandbags up everywhere and then walls, and I used to love the building aspect of that as well. I'd put my into skirmish and go against 4 teams, and I'd beat them teams down to next to nothing so they couldn't attack us, and then I'd just spend hours and hours and hours building bases that were all elaborate, and I absolutely loved doing that. I loved it. All that work gone, never shared, never seen it, never to be seen again. The game would start crashing. Back on PlayStation 1 I had it. PlayStation 1 back in the day. And here I've put that on there as if I need it. Like, obviously a wall is a way of getting a roof piece to go onto the front, but I didn't need to. I already had this roof over here. It does mean I can turn that roof round though, which is quite nice because it has that flat face on the front. Take that out. Excellent.